Season 29 of The Voice, which features popular coaches Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Adam Levine, features a unique format change. In addition to a special modified format, The Voice will have a new name, The Voice Battle of Champions, when it returns for Season 29 next spring. Additionally, it will include coaches Adam Levine, John Legend, and Kelly Clarkson, all of whom are beloved by fans, to ensure that it lives up to its name. Due to Season 29's alignment with NBC Sports' legendary February, the historic season will have competitive, fast-paced elements influenced by both, offering a novel take on the format that increases the stakes for both artists and coaches. Carson Daly, the only original cast member to have appeared on every season of The Voice, will once again host the show for the 29th time. We'll post as soon as it's available, but it's too early. There will be 4 rounds in the Battle of Champions format, with a different voice first. Blinds. In the triple turn competition, coaches compete with one another to see how many 3-chair turns they can do. The victor gets a special advantage in the following round. A super steal for the battles is automatically awarded to the coach with the most 3-chair turns. A victory is certain because this sought-after reward can only be used once and defeats any effort at theft by another coach. Each coach invites 2 of his team's most popular players from past seasons to participate in a in-season all-star competition. All stars compete in head-to-head sing-offs on behalf of their former coaches. A second finalist in the final is assured for the coach with the most sing-off victories. Coaches invite original voice coach CeeLo Green to observe the battle and choose the winner of each all-star showdown in this special episode. Jordan Smith and Javier Colon are back for Team Adam. Malin Jarman and Renzo are back for Team Legend, and Girl Named Tom and Jake Hoot are back for Team Kelly. Finale and semi-final week ends with the top 4 finale after beginning with a top 9 semi-final. Superfans and former voice artists will be able to participate in the competition as part of the in-studio audience, voting for their favorites in real time throughout the semi-finals and finale, giving a new voting block the chance to experience the competition personally for the first time in the show's history. The Voice's bold pledge for Season 29 is to change the competition and make the stakes greater than they have ever been. With its new Battle of Champions structure, the cherished singing series is making a huge leap after more than 10 years of incredible talent, changing judges, and memorable blind auditions. This change is one of the most dramatic reimaginings in the history of the show, offering fans who have been watching it for a long time a new experience while also attracting new fans who are looking for more drama, strategy, and surprise. Early on, the network made it clear that Season 29 would not be a typical cycle. Few anticipated the magnitude of the developments that transpired, despite executive producers hinting at something historic. Rather than relying on the familiarity of its format, the show has completely revamped itself. The coaches, who are all fans' favorites, are returning to their seats with a whole new competitive edge. The battles are larger, and the strategy boards are more fierce. Season 29 feels like a revitalized version of an iconic brand for a program that is already based on emotional stakes, vocal talent, and mentorship at the star level. It is both traditional and experimental, recognizable and daring. Exactly the kind of audacious move that gives a 10-year-old series a sense of modernity and vitality. A new perspective, the true significance of Battle of Champions. While showcasing talent has always been a strength of The Voice, Season 29 is the first time the show has fundamentally changed the competitive rules. Returning fan favorites and up-and-coming artists are reunited in the world under the new Battle of Champions format, which combines tradition with new aspirations. In contrast to past seasons, the coaching panel now operates under a single demanding system where each judge must strike a balance between new and seasoned vocal fighters. This idea defies assumptions. Coaches must now consider history and strategy in addition to blind risk, keeping in mind the returning artists who have already established emotional bonds with the audience. The 3-team showdown concept is key to the new structure. Traditionally, 2 performers competed against each other on The Voice. By adding a 3-way battle that changes the competition's dynamics, Season 29 ups the ante. 3 performers now compete for a single position on stage together throughout each round. In addition to increasing stress, This pushes competitors to make more daring and imaginative decisions. While one memorable event can define their entire season, one slip-up can send them home. The Battle of Champions strategy changes the storyline in addition to the competition. When returning to the stage, veteran artists have to face the strain of recovering their position, the expectations they left behind, and their previous seasons. In the meantime, up-and-coming artists need to demonstrate that they can compete with those who have already achieved widespread recognition. The focus of Season 29 shifts from survival to creating a legacy. Favorite coaches of the fans return with evidence. The coaching panel, which is the main source of the show's appeal and charisma, is just as magical this season as the competitors. Producers chose a lineup for Season 29 that is sure to excite viewers. The ideal balance of seasoned mentors, adored characters, and intense rivals. Each coach contributes their own unique approach, but they also come into this new season with the goal of reclaiming their influence in one of the show's most challenging formats to date. Rumors circulated that the coaches had changed their tactics behind the scenes as the cameras started to roll. Each coach went into Season 29 prepared to outmaneuver the others, since the three-way fights demand careful preparation. They now consider chemistry, stage presence, adaptability, and emotional storytelling in addition to just selecting the best vocalists. In a season where shocks happen quickly, these factors are more important than ever. Each coaching session will become its own show as fans watch their favorite judges become more competitive, engaged, and enthusiastic. The panel's dynamic has changed even off stage. During the high-stakes rounds, friendly banter turns into heated arguments, particularly when coaches try to poach artists. The stakes become dramatic, emotional, and personal when returning contestants are involved. In addition to offering fans fantastic voices, Season 29 gives them a close-up look at some of the most innovative coaching techniques ever used on the program. The most extensive blind audits, however, the blind auditions continue to be the essence of The Voice, and the producers created the most diverse and expansive cast for Season 29. The talent pool significantly grew with the addition of new performers from all over the nation, as well as returning contestants. After years of honing their style, defining their identities, and creating emotionally charged performances that demonstrate real progress, some musicians made a triumphant comeback. Powerful storylines, unfinished journeys, near victories, and fan-favorite legacies are brought by these returning faces. Every episode has a mix of expectation and nostalgia due to their presence, which transforms everything. The newcomers, however, are just as captivating. Many brought their own tunes, distinctive arrangements, and unique musical identities to the stage. It required extraordinary creativity and accuracy to turn a chair during the blinds, since the panel was more competitive than ever. The show's high expectations were immediately apparent to viewers. Artists were now assessed on their maturity, inventiveness, and preparedness for the challenging fights that lay ahead, rather than just their talent. Coaches became more cautious about rotating their chairs too rapidly, which was one of the biggest surprises. They had to think about how voices might clash and merge later in the season because of the new three-way clashes. This resulted in some of the most suspenseful blind auditions in recent memory, providing viewers with an adrenaline rush of unexpected turns and poignant revelations. The battles turned into a show. The battle rounds entered a new era with the introduction of the Battle of Champions structure. The enlarged format provided viewers with a theatrical experience rather than just a head-to-head competition. Every performance seemed like a little concert because of the three-artist format. The variety of styles and genres in these conflicts was their most captivating feature. More creative artist pairings were made by producers, who teamed indie artists with powerful vocals, pop stylists with rock performers, and soulful vocalists with country singers. Each competitor was forced to adjust in real time due to the striking differences presented by this unexpected curation. As competitors faced not one, but two opponents, the emotional stakes increased. Returning competitors frequently had to perform against fresh, strong competitors. This resulted in memorable pairings, such as a composer combining harmonies with an experienced stage rocker, or an independent storyteller navigating alongside a powerful diva. Vocals weren't the only thing tested in each match. It put identity, discipline, and heart to the test. The sportsmanship amongst candidates particularly touched audiences, even though the results were often dramatic. Recognizing that the three-way structure was challenging, artists frequently embraced following shows. Even as the structure intensified, The Voice's distinctive warmth persisted. The playoffs. An additional stressor, the season became even better once the playoffs started. With only their best and most calculated selections left, the coaches had to tackle the unachievable challenge of further reducing their squads. There was a sense of urgency in every performance. Artistry was put to the test during the playoffs. Contestants had to demonstrate that they had a distinct viewpoint, a sound that could stand out in a crowded market, and the capacity to create moments that lasted long after the music ended. Vocal strength was no longer the only requirement. Many of the playoff performances were extremely emotional due to the season's focus on returnees. Artists considered their motivations for returning and what unresolved issues drove them. The impact of the eliminations was increased by the tension and connection these stories created. The playoffs in season 29 are among the most intriguing episodes the show has ever produced. The Lives. An event space where anything is possible, the new framework for season 29 is most noticeable in the live shows. Fans witness performances that feel bigger and more ambitious than ever before as the best performers, both up-and-coming talents and reigning champions, share one stage. At this point, the season becomes more than just a competition program. It turns into a celebration of stories, voices, fashions, and personalities. The final lineup is full of talent and variety, thanks to the combination of battle-hardened competitors and new discoveries. This season, the audience is more important than ever. Returning performers' devoted fan bases collide with the thrill of finding up-and-coming talent for the first time. Every vote has a personal touch. It seems like a story ends too soon with each removal. This intensity, however, is what makes season 29 so remarkable. A successful reinvention, although The Voice's choice to implement the Battle of Champions format might have been risky. Season 29 demonstrates that intentional reinvention can have significant effects. Without losing the heart that made the show so cherished, the new format gives a long-running franchise new life. The same universal truth, voices matter, remains at its core. Narratives are important. Dreams are important. Season 29 is a larger, louder, and more emotionally charged celebration of all of it. A season that fans will discuss for years. One thing is certain as viewers continue to follow season 29. This is one of the most thrilling and poignant episodes of The Voice in the program's history. The universe is expanded, the competitors are put to the test, the stakes are raised, and the coaches are forced to go deeper than they have in the past. There's more to season 29 than just a new season. It's the beginning of a revolution. Fans will remember the season long after the last notes have faded thanks to a new format, an engaging panel of judges, an emotionally charged pool of contestants, and a reinvigorated dedication to artistic expression.